Hey everybody, it's time for another creepy video, and for tonight's creepy video, I know I've been doing a lot of paranormal experiences lately on my channel. There have been a few things since my last just plain paranormal experience video that I made. A few things that have happened since then that I have been documenting in my journal. And I have enough to where I think it would be just perfect for a video. So I'm sorry if I'm kind of overdoing it with these paranormal experiences, but I just really like sharing them with you guys. I really find it interesting, and I like to have this stuff to look back on. So I want to say beforehand, before I go into this video, as I do in every paranormal experience video that I make, I do not make up anything that I mention to you guys, that I said that I've seen or something that I've heard. Anything that I say that I've experienced paranormal wise is all the truth. You can take it however you would like, but I'm not a liar when it comes to this sort of thing. I'm not a liar in general, but you know what I mean. So this one just happened literally a couple of weeks ago. It literally was not that long ago. For those of you who do not know, I work in a haunted house around Halloween. This year I am going to be Annabelle again, and I did play Annabelle at the old haunted house that I used to work at. So they're letting me play Annabelle again here since the new movie is coming out in August, and they're letting me decorate my very own doll room. So I was pretty excited when I found that out, and so we've been in the process of building the room and putting it all together for September, because September is when the haunt starts. So me and my dad were in my room in the haunt, and we were putting a few little things together in there. And in that little area, as far as right now goes, they don't have the best lighting in there. It's kind of dark without the lights on. Unless you have a flashlight or something in there, it is so hard to see anything. So we do have a few dolls already up. So we do have a few little dolls in there, and they're really creepy. I painted their eyes and everything so that they'll glow in the black light. They just look terrifying in the dark. So my dad goes to get something, and I'm sitting in the room. I have my flashlight on my iPod, and that's literally the only light that's in there. It's all quiet. Everyone who is in the haunt is on the other side of the building. There's no one in that area of the haunt at all. Aside from my room and my little flashlight on my iPod, the rest of the area is completely dark, pitch dark. So I'm standing there not thinking anything of it, and all of a sudden I just hear this like that, a sigh, a little girl or a little kid or a woman or something just go But if I had to describe what I thought it more sounded like, to me it sounded more like a little kid sighing. So, like I said, there was no one else in that area of the haunt. My dad had just left to go get something in another room, and I was standing in there all by myself. I hadn't made any noises, and I don't know where half of these dolls came from. The volunteers down there, they've given them to me, but I don't know, the backgrounds to any of them. I just kind of took them and made them a part of my room. So I don't know if it had anything to do with the dolls, or I know that there is supposed to be a part in the building, because the haunt that I work at is actually an old school. It's called Scareview Grave School, and supposedly there really was something that happened with a little boy in the haunt. Apparently he had hung himself down in the basement. I don't know how true that is. I don't know if it's really haunted. I'd never experienced anything aside from this. This was the first time I ever experienced anything, but I have been only working at this haunt for a year. Last year I was actually at the front part of the building. I was not in the middle or the side part of the building. So I don't know. It was kind of unexplainable. I couldn't explain it to you what it was, but it was really creepy being in a room full of creepy baby dolls with their eyes painted white in the pitch dark by yourself in a haunted house. Okay, so I'm in the middle of telling you guys a paranormal experience, and I don't know if I just accidentally forgot to press the record button or what, but I was in the middle of talking. All of a sudden, my camera has just been on for a couple of minutes. It literally shut off, and the lens went in and everything. I don't know what that was about. I don't know if I accidentally forgot to press the record button, but that was kind of weird. On this day, I was talking to my friend RC, and you guys probably know of him by now. I've talked about him a lot on my channel, and if you haven't checked him out yet, you definitely need to go do that. His name on YouTube is Ignis Cobra, so be sure to look him up. His content is awesome. So on this day, me and him were Skyping, and I was sitting out on my porch talking to him. Our parents were out there, and they were getting ready to put together our fire pit. And I don't know if I actually told him about this experience. I don't believe that I did, because him and my dad have a lot of the same interests. So at this point in time, he was talking to my dad for a little bit, and I went over and I started talking to my mom, who was also on the porch, and she was painting a chair. You guys know of the whole two spirits that I see around me all the time, which is the dark spirit and the spirit that is in white. This experience that I'm getting ready to mention to you guys, I believe had something to do with the dark spirit. I kind of look over, and out of the corner of my eye, I see it kind of not like directly behind me, but it was like behind me. I kind of looked like this. I didn't look fully with like my full vision back there, but it kind of looked like this, and out of the corner of my eye, I seen a demonic looking face. Like, it had white eyes, the grin that I always see with like the razor sharp teeth, and the horns. And when I looked with my full vision, it was gone. It was just really creepy, and I told my mom right when it happened, and I think I forgot to tell RC, but now you know, buddy. So this experience is extremely, extremely creepy to me, because this is the first time I've ever seen what I believe to be like a regular human spirit. And that's never happened for me before, actually. I think that there was only one time where I actually seen someone, and I don't know if I mentioned that or not, but if I didn't, I will get to it in this video. I've never actually seen a human spirit before, aside from the two spirits that I see all the time. This day, it was a really sunny, pretty day. It wasn't that long ago, actually. It literally just happened like a couple of weeks ago. Me and my dad went to the store to pick up a few things. Kroger. He's just now parking into a parking space, and he parks beside this one car.
I look over. I keep saying so. I'm sorry I keep saying so, but that's how I explain myself, so I apologize. I say so and like and a lot.
We're getting out of the car, and we're getting ready to go into the store, when out of the corner of my eye, in the back seat, I see a curly head. If that makes any sense. I didn't see anything else to it. I just seen a curly head. It was like a boy with curly brown hair. I seen it clear as day. Like, I know what I seen. And when I looked, there was nothing there. And I literally thought that there was someone sitting in the back seat of that car, like waiting on someone to come out of the store. But there was literally no one in the car. When I asked my dad, he was like, no, there's nobody in that car over there. It's completely empty. Like, he thought that I was seeing things, but I know what I seen. To me, that was really creepy, because that was the first time that I ever seen anything like that. And there was one time when I was making a video, and it was the video where I talked about where I thought my house was haunted or something like that. And if you guys haven't seen that video, I'll be sure to link it in the description box below so you can go check it out. So I was home alone, and I was making the video. I was talking about our house and my great-grandmother who had passed away before I was born. And all of a sudden, I look over, and this was my full vision too. I look over and I see her, what I believe to be her. It looked like her, because my parents have a picture of my great-grandparents hanging on the wall. So this figure, this spirit, whatever this was, looked exactly like her in the picture. So I looked over and I seen her standing at the entrance of our hallway, sitting there staring at me, smiling. So I don't know 100% if that was her or not. I've never met her. She passed away before I was born. From what I seen in the picture and the photo and like home videos and stuff, it looked like her. That one wasn't really scary for me. That one was more comforting. But those were the only like two, I guess, human spirits that I've seen. Okay, so this experience was extremely creepy for me. I just believe that it may have been the dark spirit that I always see trying to form itself, but I don't know 100% for sure. So on this night, my mom had went off to bed, and me and my dad were up watching TV, and he had some of the lights out because it was getting late. So I'm sitting there on the couch and I'm watching TV along with my dad when all of a sudden something catches my attention. And it's over next to my cat's tote box that we keep all of their toys in. Over there next to that creepy table that I've talked about a few times in my videos. My sister used to live next to someone who owned that table, and she ended up passing it along to her, so she passed it along to my mom. I don't really know like the origins behind that table, like if it has any history, but it kind of creeps me out with some things because I've seen a lot of stuff around it. Something caught my attention over there, and when I looked, I kept seeing like this like humanoid looking figure, but it was really small over in that corner. I can't describe it. It almost looked like a kid, like that's how tall it was, like it was very short, but it was a black figure. And I kept seeing it throughout the entire time I was sitting there with my dad watching TV. Like I kept seeing it out of the corner of my eye, and every time I would look over there with my full front vision, it would just disappear. And speaking of the dark figure that I always see, this night I was sleeping, or I was getting ready to go to sleep, and I had my lights turned out and I had the TV on because I'm weird. I have to sleep with my TV on. I like the noise and like the light that comes from it. Pulling the covers over, I'm trying to get comfortable in my bed, position myself to where I'm comfortable, and I look down at the foot of my bed and I see the dark figure that I always see. I've seen like the eyes, they were like white, and I seen horns, and I seen the big like grinning razor sharp teeth grin, and it was looking directly at me. And I don't know if this is the devil, I don't know if it's a demon, I don't know what it is, but all I can tell you is that it's negative, it's dark. It's not something good. I'm pretty sure that you see something like that, it's not something good. When I looked at it, I immediately, crawled under my covers and went to sleep. And if I had to describe it, it kind of reminds me of, if you guys are a fan of Disturbed, which is one of my favorite bands ever, they have this logo, and I don't know if it's called the Dark One. I don't know, I could be wrong. I don't know what it's called, but they have like this logo with like this face, and it looks really creepy. Like it has like these razor sharp teeth and then this big old grin and these creepy looking eyes. I'll post a picture in here somewhere. And then this was the last thing that I have written down on here, and there could be more. Like I've said in past paranormal experience videos, like I experience paranormal stuff on a daily basis. I'm very, what I've been told, spiritually gifted. I know it's kind of unbelievable, like when you talk about it a lot, I think that makes it less likely for people to believe you because you're talking about it all the time. I kid you not, guys, I would not lie about anything that I bring up to you. I love you guys too much to do that, and I'm a believer in this stuff. I would not lie and, bring more doubts to the skeptics. On this day, me and my dad were going for a walk because I really like to take walks, and we were walking down the road, and all of a sudden I see out of the corner of my eye, it's like a white apparition. It's not like a person, it's just kind of like a white blob, at least I think, because it was kind of a while back and I just wrote it down in here and I didn't really like mark the date or anything. I believe that it was kind of like a white blob, kind of like apparition thing floating next to me out of the corner of my eye on the road. It was gone. It might have been beside me, it might have been in front of me, I don't remember. All I know is I seen a white apparition floating next to me, and when I looked, it disappeared. So yeah, those were all of the paranormal experiences that I have had recently. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me a big old thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you have not already, and become a morbid maniac. And please be sure to leave me a comment and let me know what you think. As I said before, I experience stuff on a daily basis, but these are kind of like the more memorable things that have happened to me, and it hasn't all happened in like a week or a day or whatever. It's all kind of happened over a period of time. So yeah, let me know what you think, and I will see you guys in my next video.